In the last part of Chapter 16, the author takes a look at monetary policy tools of central banks outside of the United States and how they're similar and different to those of the Fed. As we've learned, the Federal Reserve uses open market operations to manage the money supply, and they also use overnight interbank interest rates, the Fed funds rate. They use repos, reverse repos, and loans and interest that they pay on reserves are all tools that they use to control money supply. European Central Bank, much of the same thing. In fact, as we look at the comparison, exactly the same thing as what the Federal Reserve Bank does in using the same monetary policy tools. A difference is with Federal Reserve Bank, it's the Federal Reserve Bank of New York that does open market operations. With the European Central Bank, there are cities across Europe that conduct open market operations. And they use open market operations to basically telegraph monetary policy, manage bank liquidity, and try to stabilize interest rates. And when we compare the Federal Reserve Bank with the Central Bank of Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, again, we see very similar monetary policy tools in their usage. One difference is that in Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, they have eliminated reserve requirements, and the way they manage reserves and monetary policy is they use the channel system where interest is paid on reserves, and that sets a floor, and then the discount rate for borrowing sets a ceiling. And so by moving those two levers, they basically control the reserve requirements. To wrap up and summarize this chapter, I would like to conclude by having you go to Moodle and view the Khan Academy video on monetary policy tools. Thank you and take care.